All right, everybody. So I just want to have a raw sort of conversation with you about the sad reality of Forex trading prop firms. Now, I need you guys to understand the truth of these prop firms. And, I'm not trying to bag on them because, for context, I am a funded trader myself. And I'm also actively undergoing additional funding challenges as well. So, that's just for context, but I would not be where I am with those with with my funding if I didn't understand what I'm going to talk about with you today. So yes, prop firms are incredibly lucrative in that they can change your life. They can allow you to have access to money that you may not have. And yes, you're not losing your own money once you have it, the funded account, given that you pass all the phases and reach a payout. But either way, prop firms, yes, indeed are a blessing, but you must know that there is a very dark and sad reality for most people who go through these firms. So let's kind of jump into that. The reality is that you were extremely disadvantaged in these challenges. And honestly, I wouldn't mind adding a little bit of design on my charts here, a little bit of makeup. So the first thing, you are extremely disadvantaged, right? And let's go ahead and make that a little bit shorter. So let's talk about that. You are more likely to fail than succeed. I'm sure many of you guys could probably understand that and probably already know that. You are also heavily leveraged against. Sort of like a casino and gambler situation. The house always wins, right? So you becoming funded is not their best interest at heart, because you have to remember that these prop firms, they are a business first. They're not a charity. They're not here to just throw money at you, right? They are a business first. And so they need to make sure that they're making a return on their investment. So if if you're able to pass all of their requirements, they will give you funding, which is great. But there's many factors that go into that are not favorable to you. And even adding on to that, a lot of the people, not maybe not a lot, but the people that are passing these challenges, they're not, and not every single one of them can be a great trader. You can gamble your way to passing this. You may lose a lot of money getting there, but you can definitely gamble a challenge and succeed with it. But anyway, I just don't want you to be tricked into thinking that these prop firms are not thinking about their own pockets first. They got to fill their own pockets. And I'm sure that, they're funded traders. They may be taking their trades as well, but they got to get their money in other ways as well. And statistically, you are more than likely to be a failed challenge than a successful prop trader, which means they get direct revenue from you and all the challenges that you're failing, all the challenges that the other people in the world are failing. They are the house, and they have the probabilities in favor of them in themselves. We don't know what their edge looks like, but we know that they are profitable, especially the very well-known ones, the ones that everyone's talking about. Um, but the likelihood of you being able to reach a payout from the start to the finish, from start of the challenge, verification, getting the account, then being profitable in your first month or so, something similar to that, that chance is so extremely low. There's a statistic that's out that was released from a popular Forex trading prop firm that can give you better context into that. And I'll link it in the description below. But I believe the percentage was around 1. So you're telling me 1%, or maybe even less, reach a payout. And if you're thinking you're that special guy, you're the best case scenario, please don't don't get yourself twisted with that, right? These challenges are not easy, and they're not supposed to be easy. That's why they're challenges. But besides that, and besides the actual infrastructure and the fact that they're a business, I want to actually take a dive into the challenges themselves. So, let's say you're buying a 100K challenge or a 200K challenge or 50K, 20, whatever you're going to buy. And you're seeing that number, you're like, oh, like for example, 100K challenge. You're thinking, oh, I have a 6-figure account to trade. You're wrong. You're absolutely and utterly wrong. You're just not right in this scenario. So the reality is, you buy a 100K challenge, it's not 100K. And I want to talk about that, and I will. So, it's not any fault of your own for thinking this, because this is what entices you to get into these firms, right? You see those numbers, you're like, oh man, I got to get me a piece of that pie, right? But the real truth is that it's not what it seems. So, going off the 100K account challenge example, I would say most firms stick to about 8 to 10% on their max loss on the account, right? So let's just say 10%. If the max loss on that account is 10%, you do not have 100K to trade. You have 10K to trade. Okay? So whatever you're paying for those challenges, you're getting for that 100K challenge, you're getting 10K. So now, if you think about it in perspective, they're basically asking you to hit an 8 to 10% profit target on that account, on the 100K account, right? And you're thinking that's easy. And first of all, if you're consistently hitting 8 to 10% on your trading account, go get some investors. Go find a hedge fund or something, all right, you maniac. But anyway, the trick here is that it's not 8 to 10%. It's 80 to 100%. You're only able to lose 10% of the entire 100K. You don't get access to losing past 10K, past 8K, whatever it is for them. Because once you lose the 10K, you're done. You're out. You're out of the game. And you're out of money too. So what they're basically asking you to do is to double your entire max loss in 20 trading days. AKA, they're asking you to double your account in 20 trading days. Double it. All right? If you're thinking that's simple to do, then you are misinformed and probably new to the space. They want you to double that max loss. Okay. So, based off of that, I want you to ask yourself this question of why do you think that is? And the answer is it's because they need to make it hard to make more profit. Why would they make it easy? They're just losing profit potential by giving people reasonable targets. So of course they're going to make things hard. The more people are failing, the more profits they're getting. And they're a business. And honestly, if you really want to know how these people are passing their challenges, their verifications, the truth is you are forced to over leverage your account. All right? Let me make a little bubble of that as well. Okay, not that. Forced to over leverage. If you don't believe me, then I'm sorry that you don't, because it's true. Look, you are given such a short trading time frame and with such a huge goal to hit that you have no choice but to over leverage your account. And if you aren't implementing a trading plan that allows you to combat this in any form, you're at a huge disadvantage, more than you already are, because you are not the house. And you are bound to just be fodder. You're just going to be food for them. So you have to also keep in mind with that you can't completely counteract this disadvantage, because even amazing traders can struggle to obtain funded accounts, and that's not necessarily because they fail it, but they probably, if they're consistent and profitable, they may just have a hard time reaching that 10% goal on their account. So it's not, I want you to also take that into account as well. But without over leveraging, you have an extremely low chance of passing. And you have to create a system that allows you to have loss control and factor in being able to over leverage trades, giving you the ability to over leverage at some point. Some people use buffers, right? They trade a certain amount of, they risk a certain amount until they reach a certain profit target in which they can start to over leverage to reach the entire goal. But in reality, this whole entire thing is just a numbers game. If you're able to fail a few challenges and then you get one funded account afterwards, you can outweigh the challenge costs as long as you factor in the probability of getting a payout, using your system. But that is what it really is. It's really a numbers game. Sometimes it's going to take a few challenges for you to pass one. Not because you don't have a consistently profitable system. I mean, you could also just not have one, but I wouldn't even recommend you doing a challenge if you don't have one. But even if you do have a consistently profitable system, you might just fail based off the fact that they're forcing you to over leverage and that they're forcing you to bend your own rules a little bit. So to really just piggyback off of that, definitely you want to have a consistent system that you can work with. But if you don't, definitely don't go into this. Don't even try to buy a challenge, because at that point it's better for you to actually just buy dog shit and eat it. So to just kind of close off, I don't want you to think that these firms are the devil, they're demons, right? They're trying to trick you into some evil schemes. But no, I just want you to recognize that they're a business first and that they want profits too. And it's just part of the game. And obviously I play the game because I have my own funded account. But yeah, that's pretty much the video here, the reality of Forex trading prop firms. If this video gave you insight and a better understanding of this trading space, shoot me a comment below and show some love. Like the video. Subscribe if you like me and the content. But anyway, till next time, Sinra out.